So it's been a while since I've made a video. As you know, I had a baby. So it's been pretty rough making videos. I thought I'd be able to make more videos than I do, but I can't. But hey, I'm back. And I had to make a video about this because I ended up being right about something. I know, it's a big shocker when I'm right about something, because I'm totally never right about anything I say. So, a little over a month ago, Dr. Disrespect was accused of sexting a minor. And he was also accused of trying to meet up with her. And he came out later to admit that he did, in fact, text the minor, but nothing was illegal. He claimed that nothing that happened was illegal in those messages. And since then, he's become a straight-up outcast. His own company dropped him. His own company just dropped him off the projects. I believe some video games took him out as DLC. He was a DLC character in a couple of games, and he was removed from those as well. He's just been a complete outcast since this whole situation has happened. I talked about it on Monday, the 24th. I talked about the accusations when they went viral. And I said that the accusations probably weren't true, which still to this day are not completely confirmed or not. We don't know whether or not these accusations are true. And the next day, Dr. came out and admitted that he texted the minor, like I said, and then he went on vacation for a long time. And it was a vacation that he already planned, so it wasn't like he was trying to dip out. He already had that planned for a long time. I made a video a couple days after, I'm not sure exactly when. I made a follow-up video where I commented on that, saying that what he did was clearly wrong, but I still don't think he's a pedophile because we don't really have enough evidence to show whether or not he's a pedophile. And people gave me a lot of hate for that video. I got so much hate. I got some people agreeing with me that I might have been right, or there could have been something different. I said that the whole Dr. Disrespect thing was probably a cover-up for something, which many things I've read, it kind of seems like that's the thing. But we're not going to get too far into it with that. I basically, to sum it all up, I called it a politically motivated attack. The hate and everything against Dr. Disrespect was all politically motivated. And I ended up being right. Mr. Beast has been under attack for a while now over the accusations. Chris Tyson's grooming accusation. Not long after Chris Tyson's accusations, I made a video about it. And I made a video that claimed that Mr. Beast might have known. I never made the claim that he did know. I just made the claim that he might have known, and that we should hold him accountable as well. Because it's pretty obvious that he probably did know. With all that we know now, it's very obvious that he knew. But like with all the child pornography art in Chris's house, things like that. Also, I made the claim that a lot of Chris Tyson's accusations, or not accusations, the evidence against Chris Tyson was on Twitter itself. He tweeted at kids, telling them that he had like nudes for them. He was going to send them nudes or whatever. Many people came to defend Mr. Beast in my own comment section. I know, it's shocker, Mr. Beast. A bunch of people defended Mr. Beast. And I'm going to read those comments now. You're going to get embarrassed. I want this to be a warning. Anything you say and do in my comment section will be used against you. So here we go. Wow, this video has no insight. It seems like he just wanted Mr. Beast canceled with Ava. And then he just goes on to say a bunch of other stuff. Which, I never said that. I said he might have known. If you watch my entire video, I never said once that Mr. Beast literally had something to do with this. I just said it'd be kind of weird if he actually didn't know. I made the claim that he might have known, and he probably did know. I didn't flat out say he did. I wasn't trying to make the claim that he did. I just think it'd be really weird if he didn't, because of all the evidence we had. He, like literally, like I said, Chris Tyson was texting, or not texting, but tweeting back and forth with kids, saying that he was like sending them nudes and stuff, which is like just super weird. Like, that's not something that you do. And I guarantee you, if Dr. Disrespect did the same thing, you guys would hate on him so much more, but trans guy does it, who happens to have the right political opinions does it, it's perfectly fine. Moving on. Like Isaac Belt here. He comments, Mr. Beast had nothing to do with this. Stop listening to gossip about him and just look at the actual facts about Chris. No, I was speculating. That's what that's called. It's called speculating. It's not gossip. It's speculation. And he outright said that Mr. Beast had nothing to do with this. Which, later in the video, we are going to debunk that completely. Because Mr. Beast did have something to do with this. And Mr. Beast is a huge scumbag. And we all learned that. And it's bad. It's bad. What Mr. Beast did is terrible. Got another comment here. Hey, I understand that Ava did a lot of messed up things, and I did not support her, which it's a dude. Seriously, misgendering and dead naming a person is an a-hole move, and a lot of your information is straight up lies when you're talking about Mr. Beast. I never said anything about Mr. Beast, so nothing I said could be a lie. Like I said, it's speculation. Okay, speculation. I said Mr. Beast might have known. I said it's highly likely that he already knew. And then she writes, do better.
Do better!
And by the way, I only said and mentioned Mr. Beast for 15 seconds in that entire, 8-minute video. I mentioned Mr. Beast for 15 seconds. So I'm not sure what all the hate was for. And all I said was that it's just kind of weird. Like I said before, I just thought it was kind of weird that Mr. Beast didn't know about this because Chris has been publicly tweeting this to children for decades. Or not decades, but years now. I didn't see this because I don't go on Twitter and follow a bunch of people. Like at least at the time. But if Mr. Beast did, which it's obvious that he did, he would have known because he would have seen the tweets. There's not a single thing my buddies post I don't see. I see everything they post. I see a lot of their comments. So for Mr. Beast to somehow not have known that he was commenting to kids that he was going to send them news, like I said, was very unlikely. And I ended up being right. The next day I filmed the video, and a Discord archive came out. And we had access to 500,000 messages from Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson in their Discord servers. And on the Discord server, Mr. Beast commented on another person's penis size. And yes, this is 100% confirmed. So we have actual evidence of Mr. Beast on a Discord server with a bunch of underage kids who works for him, worked with him, where he's commenting on people's penis size, and they're allegedly sending nudes to each other. And we have evidence now that Mr. Beast is included with this grooming. I made a post about it. Everyone instantly thought it was fake, which, go figure. It's called Mr. Beast Stockholm Syndrome. That's what I'm going to call it. Mr. Beast Stockholm Syndrome is real. I had comments on YouTube and Instagram telling me that it was fake. One of my own comments, they told me it was fake because the picture was, quote, blurry. Yeah, dang, you got me there. There's never been an accurate blurry photo in the history of ever. I'd actually argue that the fact that the picture is blurry, because there was a screenshot that was zoomed in, makes it more accurate. Because it's kind of hard to edit blur. It's kind of hard to make something look blurry and real at the same time. So, yeah, that's just a ridiculous statement. Like I said, the reason why it was blurry is because I took a screenshot from a Discord. There's a lot of messages on a Discord. There's 8 to 10 different messages on that screen. I took a screenshot and zoomed in on it. That's why it's blurry. Which should legitimize it. Because, like I said, it'd be kind of hard to Photoshop something blurry. To make it blurry and make it look real is just unlikely to happen. I mean, try it on your phone. Try it on your phone right now. Take a screenshot of something on your phone and zoom in on it and watch how blurry it gets. I'm telling you, any picture will become blurry when you zoom in on it. By the way, the GitHub link that exposed the messages between Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson, they got deleted. Definitely nothing, they probably definitely didn't have nothing to do with that. It's just bonkers if you think that he did. Completely bonkers. It totally, definitely didn't have anything to do with that. And it definitely doesn't mean that it's legit at all, that the thing was deleted. And it was leaked by the person who was one of the victims. A big surprise there. But this is one of the big reasons why I think politics has something to do with this. We have no physical evidence that Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile. Zero. Literally zero. We have one tweet where he said he messaged a minor, and that's it. And that's, in my opinion, messaging a minor is not the same as pedophilia. Okay, that's not pedophilia. It's wrong. It's stupid. It's definitely not a good thing. But it's not pedophilia. There's a huge difference. Now, if we find out in those messages that he was like trying to meet up with her, or they sent pictures back and forth, that's different. Yeah, that's pedophilia. But to what we know now, he's not a pedophile because we don't have any evidence. Yeah, everyone's saying that he is. It's ridiculous. Yet we have actual evidence that Mr. Beast was going along with pedophilic conversations in his own Discord server with people that he worked with that were underage. We have physical evidence of that. And yet no one's talking about it. No one's trying to cancel Mr. Beast. No one's trying to shut him down. No one's sitting here calling him a pedophile, even though we have actual evidence of him being that. Now, like I said, Dr. Disrespect's definitely not in the right, but like I said, there's a big difference between being a pedophile and someone that messaged a minor. And until we know the details of what happened in those messages, it's all up for grabs. Right now, it is all up for grabs. We don't know what happened in those messages. The messages could have literally been like flirtatious conversation, and then Dr. Disrespect finds out that the person was underage, and then he stops. Like, that could have been how it went. Like, we literally don't know anything about the conversation. And we need actual evidence of what happened, because in my opinion, there's a big difference between, like, joking sexually with a minor and, like, actually trying to meet with the minor in a set for sexual interaction. There's a big difference. And by the way, if you think that sexual jokes or inappropriate jokes are pedophilia, then you better have the same mentality when it comes to school plays that do the same exact thing to children. Last year, I went to a play at the school I worked at, and the play was based on an adult-ish movie. And in that play, there were kids who, by the way, are not legally allowed to have sex, legally. And they were sitting there making sexual jokes. So if you think Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile, then you better say the same exact thing for the teachers and staff involved with that play that I attended a couple years ago, or a year ago. You better have that same exact energy, because it's the same thing. By the way, one of the characters in this play, one of the female characters, who was played by a child, by the way, by a minor, participated in a threesome. Okay, there's a part where they joke about her participating in a threesome. Okay, that's one of the jokes. But that's not the same thing, I hear you say. The adults wrote the script, you moron. Of course it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. I was pissed and disgusted when I found out the school that I was working for did that to kids. It's disgusting. I'm not going to say the school publicly, but they know who they are. I guarantee you, nobody is going to sit here and critique that school for that play. and it's disgusting. I can't even believe like how it went behind the scenes. Like, how did it even go behind the scenes? Were they just like, hey, Stephanie, what I want you to do is I want you to say on stage in front of a bunch of people, including your parents, that you had a threesome once. Like, that's gonna be so silly. Like, could you imagine the conversation behind the scenes there? That's disgusting. But we don't have the same mentality. Because it's all politically motivated. Most of this stuff is politically motivated. The Mr. Beast Stockholm Syndrome is much worse, though. It gets even worse. Like, we're not even close to being done. Hey, before we get any further in this video, I want to bring up a couple things that I wasn't able to bring up in this video since it was so long. So, first of all, Mr. Beast hired a registered sex offender for one of his videos, which I find deeply disturbing. And secondly, part of one of his NDA contracts, there's a no doesn't mean no policy, which I find deeply disturbing. That's like something that I'd find out of like Bill Cosby's company, not Mr. Beast. All right, back to the video. So I posted a video about Jake Weedle, who was just on the Dogpack video, the recent one. Dogpack made a video interviewing him, and basically Jake Weedle was talking about how he was like basically tortured on set. Jake Weedle's a previous Mr. Beast employee, and he exposed Jimmy's exploitation of him. And one of the part in his video is when he said that that Mr. Beast committed a war crime against him. I made a short about that. And here are some of the comments. Here are what some of the comments said about that. Okay? Here's the first one. Is that the new culture? I don't like my job anymore, so let's destroy my boss career. He could have left at any time, but let's feel sorry for him. Mr. Beast was not exposed for anything, lol. Okay? That's bullcrap. Not only because, first of all, you didn't even watch the video, because if you watched the video, you would have known that, no, he couldn't have left at any time. He was essentially kidnapped. If you actually watch the video and listen to what he said, he was essentially kidnapped. And secondly, this argument that he could have left at any time is invalid because he still committed a war crime. Okay? Because if he kept going, Mr. Beast still kept the lights on, which is still a war crime. Like, that's the crime. It's kind of like if you ask your 17-year-old kid to pay rent and they agree. You can't go back before and go, well, you didn't have to because you weren't legally obligated to. You could have just said no. The parent's still in the wrong for making his kid pay rent. You can't have somebody who's underage paying rent. You can't hang a bunch of money in front of somebody and go, hey, let me do war crimes on you. Let me torture you for clout. Let me torture you for a YouTube video. That's not right. That's disgusting. It's sadistic. It's wrong. And then the second comment here, he could have left, or you could leave at any time. Like I said, no, he couldn't. And even if that was an option, that still does not excuse what he went through. I do recommend you guys watch that whole video because it's crazy. By the way, Dogpack's making a third video on this subject, talking about the sexual abuse claims at Mr. Beast, which is insane to even think about. But since he's been trying to find people and talk to them, he's been trying to find people who've been abused or whatever, and he's been talking to them and interviewing them. His Instagram, which was the account that he used to text the people who were previous victims or alleged victims of Mr. Beast, not just Mr. Beast, but the company itself, his account has been banned. His account's actually been banned off of Instagram. And the funny thing about it is, he's never posted once on Instagram. He's never posted a single thing on Instagram. He's only used Instagram to text the victims, and his account's been banned. And to my knowledge, it's still banned. But it's just kind of weird that he got banned off an account, off of a site that he never posted on. That's just sort of weird. Like I said, Mr. Beast might have something to do with it. Mr. Beast even sent Dogpack a cease and desist letter, which is just stupid. I personally think that cease and desist letters shouldn't even be something that you can legally do. I don't think that should be a thing you should be legally able to do. In my opinion, I think they're stupid, and they're always used in an abusive way. They're never used properly. I've never heard of a cease and desist letter used in a proper way, ever. So I think they should just be completely illegal. But, anyways, what are your thoughts? What do you think about all of this? Give me your thoughts down below. I hope this is the last video I make about Mr. Beast. I don't want this channel turning into more Pegasus with all of his Mr. Beast videos. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.